Hello party people, welcome back to the Partyology Experience. You're here today with Marcus and Emma, and we're talking all things to do with Emma's wedding, which I'm not sure if she's getting bored with you or not, but in today's podcast we're talking about florals, and most brides, flowers are pretty important, aren't they?
They are, yes.
They're pretty.
Yep.
And, you know, whether you just have a simple selection of flowers for the ceremony as bouquets, you know, in guys' suits, flowers usually in their collar or something like that. Whether you're going, or you can go all out and have major installations,
Yes.
which
They look pretty impressive.
a lot of people are doing these days.
Yes.
So, Emma, where are you in your planning of flowers and florists and research and stuff?
So I pretty much got this down pat, this part.
Yeah. So is this important to you, flowers?
It is. I think flowers really do add to the day. I think there's a point where you don't want to go over the top, but I think it really does add, you know, you definitely need to have all your main things like your bouquets and all those sort of things and the arch and everything like that. But I've done a full, so for my poor florist I sent her, which she probably loves me for doing it, I sent her a 4-page spreadsheet of what I was wanting.
As you do, yeah.
So of course you go onto Pinterest and you pin every single thing that you like. So
Yeah.
I've got an idea on how I want the whole thing to look. But saying that, I've also given her free range, that I haven't given her particular flowers that I want to use. I've just sent her photos of what I like, and then she'll just pick what's in season.
Yeah. So obviously you've told her style and
Yes.
you know,
So she
where
knows
it
the
is and
theme.
all that sort of stuff. So
Yes.
then she can work with basically what you've sent her and what's
Yes.
available, I guess, for the time of the year.
Yeah, there's a fine line, I think, with florists and any supplier. I think you also need to trust them that this is what they do as a job and
Yeah.
that they know how to do this well. So I've sort of left it in the point going, this is sort of where I'm thinking, this is what I like, but you also do what you think is best and what you think is going to look like beautiful. Because
Yeah.
it's something that I go, I love that, but she might add something else and be like, oh, well, it's even better than what I thought it was going to be. So there's a degree of, I've given her designs, but I really want her to do whatever she thinks is going to be better than what
Yeah.
I've put on the actual PDF.
So the big question these days, and a big consideration, and I'm sure it's considered a lot more now, is fresh or fake, or both.
So we'll do both. I think most of it will be fresh. Well, the bouquets will be fresh, the arch. We'll do some posies on the cocktail tables because we're having a cocktail wedding. We'll also do some florals on the grazing table. The boys will have their buttonholes, which will be fresh. So there will be quite a lot of elements that will be fresh, but we'll also use an element, because we're doing tropical, there'll be lots of like plants and leaves and sort of stuff like that, which we'll use fake, because all those fake look
Yeah.
quite real, and we
Yeah.
have them all
That's right.
available to use. So
Yeah.
most of those things. But yeah, there'll be a mix.
Yeah, and I guess in today's, you know, with fake flowers and stuff, they look so real.
They're so
a lot of
real.
brides are doing all fake, and I've read lots of articles on wedding flowers, and they're saying, oh, you shouldn't do all fake. You should either do a mixture
mix.
of both or all fresh. But I can tell you now, and you know, as a hirer, we hire it. We've got fake flowers and plants. That some of them you just cannot tell the difference. You can if
can't.
you touch them, in
Of
you know,
course.
up close, but in photos and stuff like that. And if it's just visual stimulation, that's
Yes.
what you're going for, and you want a big impact, then fake is sort of super popular.
I think, as we always talk about the 5 senses, like you want to also have flowers for smell as well, because
Exactly
they do
right.
smell absolutely beautiful on the day as
Yeah.
well. So I think definitely have a mix. I don't think you need to do all. Well, I guess it depends on what your budget is as well.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying fake is cheaper, because sometimes fake is nearly as expensive, but you get to keep it or you resell it. So
If you're buying them yourself, but you
Yes.
can hire fake flowers.
you can hire fake as well. So there's hire and there is also, you can purchase them as well. So there's lots of different options. But I think a mixture of both is always good.
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
think just have all fake. I would definitely have some real.
Yeah. So you've obviously booked a florist. Who's your florist?
So my florist is Nat from Foxy Evergreen. We actually use Nat for a lot of our functions here at Feel Good Events. I love Nat. She is more of a friend than she's a supplier. She comes here and like picks some things up, and for 2 hours I'm in the car park talking to her about everything in life. So it is really nice picking people that are your friends and that you feel like you can trust, and I know that she'll do a great job. She's done multiple things, like, you know, she got some flowers for my mum for Mother's Day, and she's done lots of other little things
Yeah,
for
corporate
me.
events and stuff.
Corporate
for us.
events for
Yeah.
us and all that sort of thing. So I know her work's amazing, so I trust her 100%, and I don't even need to worry about that component at all.
Yeah, which does make a big difference,
A huge
doesn't it?
difference.
Yeah. But, you know, I guess for you didn't even have to do any research for flowers
No,
and stuff like
I
that.
already knew, and I told Nat years ago when I was like, when I get married, you'll be doing the
Yeah,
florals.
which makes life a lot easier, doesn't
Yes.
it? And so who will you be using flowers for? Like, are you having them for the bridesmaids and stuff like that, or are there no flowers for them?
No, so we'll be doing, we'll make sure they all match. So I'll have my bouquet, which will probably be the largest, and then all 3 bridesmaids will have a smaller version, and then my 2 mini bridesmaids, which are my cousins, will have even mini versions. So they'll all sort of tie in quite well, and they'll all look the same, sort of. Mine might have some bigger flowers in them or something different that makes mine different to everyone else's, but they'll all match. They'll also sort of somewhat match to the flowers that will also be on the arch behind us. And then I'm not quite sure what we'll do for the buttonholes for the boys, but I'm sure that Nat can work that out and pick a flower that works with everything else. Yes.
And so in regards to ceremony, are you planning a lot of flowers for the ceremony or just something more simple?
Really simple. I don't want to go crazy too out because I think you're there for half an hour and then you move into the room and you just lose all that, unless you're moving it. We're hopefully going to move our arch into the room if we can, so we will reuse whatever flowers are on there, but we won't be doing anything else.
Yep. And have you already worked out in the venue certain spots you're going to set up have flowers, or just see what works on the day? Or
so I've worked out to have 6 to 8 bar tables with like a small little bunch of flowers on them that will match all the other flowers, just so that everything has and it's all sort of flows. I'll have flowers on the bar to make sure that it all ties in as well. We'll have flowers on the gracing table and then probably the cake table. I'm not 100% sure where else. There'll be other spots I think that I'll probably think of. Once we do the full layout of the room and I work out where spots are missing or if I need additional things, we'll probably add extras. But we might tie in like flowers and leaves that we have here at Feel Good Events, or we'll work that out. But it will flow throughout.
Yeah. And so you said you're obviously using flowers for decoration. Are you using plants and anything else as well? Or?
Yeah, so plants and leaves. So if being tropical, you need it to be really green.
Yes.
So
jungle.
And Marcus loves plants, so we have hundreds of plants here at Feel Good Events. So we'll be definitely using lots of our plants and that sort of thing to really sort of get this, to actually add it into that room. The room, it's quite plain really. There isn't crazy amounts of things sort of going on, so I can do whatever I like. So I'll be putting there's a couple of posts, so maybe some plants and stuff around those and in spots.
So would you be upset if it looked like a tropical rainforest when you walked in, or?
Depends on how crazy you go with it. As long as there's some flowers in there.
Might have a few live monkeys and parrots.
If it was your decision, it would.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. And have you chosen backup flowers for your wedding? As you know, sometimes flowers are seasonal and not all flowers are available at certain times of the year. You're getting married in March, so
some are available.
Hopefully the flowers that you want. But have you got backup, or are you just really letting your florist have full reign on what sort of flowers to use?
I don't have any backups. I'm just basically whatever she thinks is going to be in season will be what we have.
Yeah.
And
fits in with your budget.
And fits in with my budget. Yeah. But I also, I haven't gone to her and said I want these 5 particular flowers and that's all I want. It's not realistic. I don't know. I have no idea when things are in season, when they're not. So she'll basically pick what I can get in that time. And of course, if they're not in season, you can get them, but they come from overseas and they're 4 or 5 times. So you've also got to have that in your brain that this is going to be really expensive. If you have a particular flower, you have to have.
That's right. And that's where it does get expensive if you only want certain flowers. I guess it's more for the colour scheme then you're going for then? Not necessarily the type of flower? Yeah,
more colour scheme than anything else. Just having those pops of colour and that sort of thing. I don't know how colourful it will be at the moment. We'll see how we go.
Yeah.
BJ's not overly keen on the really hot sort of colours.
Yeah.
But I think they will look awesome.
Yeah.
So we'll see how we go.
Yeah. Okay. So it sounds like your florist is one of the things that you've really done a bit more work on.
Yeah.
Obviously pretty important to you. You've
very
sort
important.
of done more work in booked things in.
Yes. Well, Nat hasn't even quoted me for it yet, but I've just told her how much my budget is, and she'll say I will stay with sort of within that, and I think she'll do whatever she wants.
Yeah. So still a bit more planning to do, but
of course, but
you know it's booked in.
I just need to pay her some money, and then we're good to go.
That's right, and hopefully it'll look good.
Yeah, I trust it. It will look awesome.
Which I'm sure it will. Yeah. Well, thanks Emma for talking about florists and flowers today. We've got lots more exciting things coming in future podcasts, so stay tuned. Thanks for listening, and thanks Emma for all your input regarding your wedding. Thanks.